guys, welcome back to Nerdy Dan Vlogs. So today I have another toy review, and today I have the DC Collectibles, the DC Comic Icons Green Arrow. And as you can tell on the bottom, it has the icon symbol with the arrow symbol on the bottom. You got the Green Arrow graphic on the side. You got the DC Comics logo on the right side, and then on the top you got the arrow symbol. On the back, there's an assortment of this wave. I'm not sure which wave this is, because this is the first toy I have out of the series. But you do have Batman, you get Deadman. I'm not sure who this guy is. Please comment if you guys know who this guy is on the side here. Not really sure who he is. So in the window box, you can tell that you get Green Arrow, you get his quiver, you get some alternative hands, and then you get some alternative arrows on the side. So let's open up and see how he looks. Alright, so the guy on the side looks like he's a Build-A-Figure. They don't really get into who he is, though. Might have to do some research after this video to find out, but that's okay. Alright. Okay. Actually, he's not a Build-A-Figure. He just... Okay, I was just assuming he's a Build-A-Figure. So it's just an instruction manual. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, so here is our figure. And he has this vinyl feel to him. He looks a little smaller than the 6-inch scale. And the features look much more slender than that of like a DC Universe Classics figure. The detailing is really nice. I like the olive green on the bottom, like the light olive green, and the true green on here. The paintwork is just fantastic. The line work looks great. I really like how vibrant the paint is. I think it's really nice. I do like the number of accessories that comes with this figure. So let me take this figure out and see what we can do with it. Alright, so I just want to be careful. So there is a plastic strip that reinforces the figure inside of the blister pack. So let me get my trusty box cutter and cut him out. Alright. There you go. Okay. Wow. So he is much more slender than the DC Universe Classics line. Much more slender, and he looks a little smaller than the 6-inch scale. Let me get a ruler and see if I can see how tall he is. All right, so let me measure him up here. Okay, let's see here. So he's just about 6 inches. I think your normal figures, your DC Universe Classics, I think they're typically 6.5 inches. Let's check that out. Alright, so this is the DC Universe Classics. And I was right, about 6.5 inches. So he's a bit smaller. So it's a different scale, so you can't really mix and match with these toys, which is a bummer. Actually, I was hoping to mix and match with these guys, but let's see if all of the other variables make up for that. Okay, so let me get him to stand. There you go. So that's a plus. Let me take out the accessories. Okay, it comes out just like that. Not bad. Cool. Okay. So you get a double arrow. That's pretty cool. You get 2 double arrows. You get 2 single arrows, no trick arrows, unfortunately. Then you get the like the trigger hands for when he's posing with the bow and arrow, and there he goes. Okay, and it doesn't come with a stand, unfortunately. I didn't see one in the box. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't see one in the box. I didn't see any stands in here. No stands. Okay. I wonder if I'm missing it. Okay, so the cool thing about this figure is he comes with his own storage. So, you basically just put the arrows in here so you don't lose them. But you don't want that to happen. And there we go. Immediate storage. That's cool. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to switch around the hands so I could have him hold the quiver. So let's do that. The quiver, is it a quiver or a bow? I think it's a bow. I don't know why I'm calling it a quiver. I think the quiver refers to a different part of his weapon. I think the quiver is the rope on the bow. I think that's what it is. But definitely let me know, comment on whatever I have wrong. Alright, so that isn't bad. I was initially scared that I was going to break off the hands. If you're familiar with NECA toys, it's really difficult when they have like alternative hands because they make their joints so flimsy and the ball joints are just so small that they're just really prone to breaking. But this isn't bad. Not bad at all. I just wish that it was within the same scale, unfortunately, because I do think that they intentionally did that in order to force you to buy all the other products so you could have all of them up to scale. But that's your choice whether you want to do that or not. Okay, so let's see here. So he typically holds it on. Oop. There you go. Okay, so it's always tricky for me when I'm trying to get my figures to, especially if they have guns or like any type of weapons. It's always tricky for me to get them to hold their weapons without breaking off the fingers. This is no exception, unfortunately. because the two middle fingers are just being very difficult. Yeah, okay. That's not cool. Sorry about that. So I finally got Green Arrow to hold his bow. And he looks really cool. Yeah, it took me a while, but that's alright. Okay. So, let's get into some of the articulation. Now, unfortunately, because of the hood, it's difficult to move the head, so you're gonna have to move the head from underneath, and yeah, you won't really be able to do that. That's one hindrance to this particular figure. But you can move the top torso, which is also hindered by, or is this the quiver? I don't know what. I'm just gonna call this the sheath. I'm not familiar with it. I should have really done my research before I've done this, but yeah. So this is hindered by the strap and the sheath. So unfortunately, you can't really move the top torso, which is unfortunate. Let's see if you can move the ab crunch. You can, and it's also hindered by this strap you see here. There's no lower torso movement, unfortunately, because everything is reinforced here. There is nice leg movement, so you can move that in circular motion. It's a bit tight though, but if you can hear the squeaks, there you go. And you get a double jointed knees. That's good. That's really nice. Then you get ankle movement, so front and back. I don't think you could wiggle it to the side. You can't really wiggle it laterally. And I think you get ball joints on the shoulders. Actually, they're more like ratchet. Yeah, they're like ratchet joints. Then you get joints on the shoulder to bicep. So you can move it circular. Yeah, and then you get double joints on the elbows, which is really nice. See how far you can go. Yep, you go all the way. And wrist movement, nice. Circular wrist movement. Up and down, 360. That's nice. So all in all, like, the articulation's really nice. I mean, it's hindered by a few points, but I think I really think that the detail makes up for that. I mean, the sculpting is really beautiful. Here's how he looks in the back. Now let me see if I can get him to hold an arrow, because they made the slots for his hand really narrow. There you go. Wow, that is really cool. Let me see. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to work with this, and maybe I'll take a picture with it later. But yeah, I mean, he can hold the arrow. Let's see if I don't know if he can point it. Let me see. All right, I finally figured it out. So you see the slot between his middle finger and his his two middle fingers. There's a slot there where you can slide the end of that bow, and you can really have this nice pose where he's posing with the arrow. It's really nice. Now let me get him in a wide stance. Alright, this is gonna have to take some work. There you go. Alright, so I'm just gonna conclude this review by saying that, I mean, there are some hindrances with this figure. It's not like a perfect figure, just for the fact that I like to have my figures to be within the same scale, just so I'm not forced to buy other toys to compensate for it not being in the same scale. So I don't want to buy all the same figures over and over again. So it is a little bit smaller than the standard 6-inch scale, which is unfortunate. However, the details in the figure are fantastic. The articulation is really good. There are a few spots where you're not able to articulate the figure, but I think the spots where it matters, you're able to really pose the figure in the ways that you need to, so that makes up for that. I think the detailing and the sculpting of the figure is nice. The paint work is great. The line work is great. All in all, I really like this figure. I think it's fantastic. Green Arrow is one of my favorite not figures, but one of my favorite characters of all time. So this does really do a great representation of that character. And I think it's really nice. I really like it. I think it's such an enjoyable toy that I'm definitely going to have to play around and see what different poses I can work out with this. But all in all, I think it's a great figure. You guys should definitely check it out. DC Icons. That's a great line. Should definitely check it out. Yeah, great figure. So, thank you for watching. This has been another one of my toy reviews. Definitely check my channel out some more. I have some more toy reviews lined up, as well as some life vlogs and other toy reviews. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching.